Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, got indicted by the federal court in Miami for the document scandal. For those of you guys who don't know, he took documents, top secret, a lot of them were top secret, from the White House, hundreds and hundreds of them. They had to do 3 different warrants to get all of them, most of them back. Some were missing, right? And it was just, and he lied the whole way about it. Lied over and over about having documents and keeping documents, and it was a big deal. So he's been charged, federally charged. We know it's 7 counts. We don't know what all of them are, but we know that they're probably all under the Espionage Act. So we know withholding or taking, unlawfully taking federal documents was one of these, is going to be one of the charges. Probably obstruction of justice for sure, and I would also bet conspiracy, because he conspired with his lawyers to try and hide all this shit. So anyway, we're gonna look at a little bit of this. Here's the news from Miami, from CBS 4 Miami.
So we are following new developments this morning and the second indictment against former President Donald Trump. Trump is being accused of handling classified information after leaving the Oval Office.
And this morning we're hearing from a former federal prosecutor and one of Trump's attorneys. So let's get to it. CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn joins us live here with, break it down for us, what they have to say.
Well, they talked about this case, but, the president has already, the former president, I should say, has already said that he's innocent. Then we've also heard from his lawyer about this, and what we've learned right now is that the Secret Service is going to be meeting with his staff today to develop a plan. No doubt this is going to impact the area for him to make this appearance in Miami federal court. But it does look like at this point that the former president is going to be indicted twice, and he's expected to make an appearance again on Tuesday to have those charges right against him. Multiple sources have told CBS News that the former president...
So, boom, boom, boom. So he's got 34 felony charges in New York. He's got several federal charges now in Miami federal court. And Georgia, right, Fulton County, the district attorney there is planning on charging him later this summer for the trying to tamper with the votes in Georgia for election rigging. He's having a fun summer for Donald. Here's what else is funny. So he gets indicted, and hours later, 2 of his lawyers quit. So this is Politico. Yep, Trump loses 2 lawyers just hours after being indicted. Jim Trusty and John Rowley announced they'd resigned. And these were the initial guys that, when she said we talked to Trump's lawyers, that was them, and they're both gone now. They abruptly resigned from his defense team on Friday, just hours after news broke, and that he and a close aide were indicted on charges relating to their handling of classified documents. Oh, man. So he's in deep shit. So he's got to find... he's just been bleeding through lawyers. How many has he gone through now? Like a couple dozen, right? Just this year? It's been a bunch. But yeah, he's in deep shit. I'll be excited to see what happens with this, because if he gets convicted, he's looking at up to 10 years in prison for this crime. For the ones in New York, they probably just do like house arrest or something like that. But for this one, this is actual prison time. He could do actual prison time for this. We'll see what happens, But here's his response to the indictments. God, he looks terrible. So yeah, I want to say you could really see his bald spot in this shot. Is that just me? You can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I do not miss him making that face at us all the time, though. Jeez.
Here we go.
Let me guess. Yada yada witch hunt. Blah blah. Not my fault. Innocent, innocent, innocent. yada, yada, yada.
Something irrelevant.
Right.
Very sadly, we're a nation in decline, and yet they go after a popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country.
Boo.
By far, and did much better the second time in the election than the first. And they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. This has been going on for 7 years that they can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. You saw the Durham report. You saw the Mueller report. It was all a big hoax. You had 2 impeachments, and they lost and we won. And we had tremendous support. But that was a hoax and a scam. And now they're doing it again. It's just a continuation, 7 years, even after I'm out. But it's called election interference. They're trying to destroy your reputation so they can win an election. That's just as bad as doing any of the other things that have been done over the last number of years, and especially during the 2020 election. So I just want to tell you, I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. And we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years. It would be wonderful if we could devote our full time to making America great again.
But blah, blah, blah. It wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the one-armed man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's so funny to me. God, I mean, that's... he knows he's fucked.
And he spent, a solid 2/3 of the time of that clip just talking about how popular he was. Like,
He always does, though. Everybody loves me. I'm the greatest. It's like, yeah, well, we'll see about that in court.
like, I don't believe that's true, but B, again, to what your point is, irrelevant to what just happened, regardless,
Yeah, you're getting smoked either way, buddy. It's too late. It's too late.
Popular people aren't supposed to have legal problems because they're popular. You see, if everybody likes you, that means the law doesn't actually matter, right?
Right. Well, that's part of the problem with this whole thing is it's gone on for so long. And I think he thinks he's helping himself, but it's like when you list all that shit out like he just did, he looks like he's really guilty. So either there's this grand conspiracy where they're just going after him because he's some, I don't know, threat to the system or super genius or something, or, dude, just stop committing crimes. You don't want to be in these problems, don't commit crimes.
True.
With the documents thing, even. I mean, Biden had documents. Mike Pence had documents they weren't supposed to have. But you know what they did? They said, oh, shit, and they gave them back immediately. They didn't hang on to them and lie about it for, years. Right?
So it's kind of like you teach to children. You're like, it's okay if you make a mistake and you do something wrong even. Or even sometimes you kind of knew you shouldn't be doing it and you did it anyway. But then when somebody comes to you about it, you just need to own it, right? Don't you just need to be like, oh, well, I kind of messed that up. It gets you a little further typically than I didn't do it.
Than lying, yeah.
Here, especially when it becomes really obvious that you did.
Right. Right. Well, that was the thing. Well, we don't have any documents. They get a warrant. They go in there, and there's boxes of them. It's like...
Right, again, really obvious. It's not even one of those lies of like nobody will really know that that's the thing that somebody did. So what's the point in saying it? Like it's not even in that category. Like they literally went in and found boxes and boxes of stuff. It was clear. It's super obvious.
Well, right. And the other thing that's really, I think, damning, which was the reports that came out before this, were Jack Smith, who's the is the special counsel that's doing the prosecution here. Apparently, they got a hold of not just witnesses saying that he knew about it and was personally doing it, that witnessed him physically doing this, but him actually handling documents. They got that apparently on tape. So he can't sit there and say, I didn't know, when we've got you on tape, right? Hi, it's me,
Right.
Donald Trump, stealing your top secret documents. Oh, man. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I mean, he's looking at serious time. Anyway, we'll move on to this. Oh, so you're in New York. How's